So today, let's talk about becoming a real estate agent here in Texas. What all do you have to do? All right, like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. Sascha Chatman here, your real estate tech ninja. Let's talk about becoming a real estate agent here in Texas. So what do you have to do? First, let's talk about the eligibility. Number one, you have to be 18 years old, okay? And then you also have to be a Texas resident, and you also have to be a U.S. citizen or someone who immigrated into the country legally. So you got to have one of those three things have to be taken care of for you to be eligible first to go down this process. Okay, the first thing that you have to do to become a real estate agent is, number one, you have to take 6 required classes here in Texas, okay? That's going to come out to 180 hours. Each course is 30 hours, and you can either do that online or you can do it in person. There are a lot of great options out there. I went through the Champion School of Real Estate. It's probably one of the better options to do, but also one of the more expensive options. I do know individuals who have done it online, and I do a lot of my recertification and all of my stuff online. If you click download in the description, you can see my affiliate code from doing that, and you'll get a discount by going through that particular course. And the ones that are done online are really, really good. So check it out. So the classes that you have to take is Principles 1, Principles 2, Real Estate Forms, Law of Agency, Law of Contracts, and you are going to have to take Real Estate Finance. So you're going to take all of those courses, and you have to pass the courses in the end. So you can go through this whole thing online, like I said, but you will have to take a test at the end of each course, and it's multiple choice as well. Now, this particular test can be done online. So if you're doing it through a virtual class, you're probably going to just be proctored by a webcam, okay? And you just take the class and you go through it from that perspective. So theoretically, if you want to kind of get through this really, really quickly, you can. Even I went through Champion School of Real Estate, and I ended up doing my classes all within 3 weeks. And I just went and knocked that out, but I went around the clock to do that. So for those who do it online, you can do it even faster if you want to. It's really up to you, so you can go at your speed. Now, here's the reality about the classes. They don't teach you how to be a good realtor at all. They don't teach you how to get business. They don't teach you how you actually do this thing, generate leads, and etc. They teach you how not to go to jail. Okay, they teach you how, which is very important. They teach you the ins and outs of the legal aspects of real estate and the legal jargon that we use. So it is important, and some of the stuff won't click until probably like the second year or so in real estate, but it doesn't teach you how to be a good real estate agent. It just teaches you how not to get in trouble. So it is important, but you need to make sure that you understand the difference there. Okay, once you've passed all the exams for all your classes, now you have to complete the TREC application. So you'll do that online. You'll go to TREC and you'll do your application to say, yep, I have passed my classes. You're going to upload all the certificates you're going to get from passing all the classes. You're going to put in the application. And then once you get that, you're on to the next step. Okay, TREC's going to send you an email and say, okay, now you can go for the next step, which is to get fingerprinted. So you have to go through fingerprinting so you can take the test. Also, it's kind of like a background check, because think about this, guys. We're in and outside of people's homes. They want to make sure they know who we are. We haven't done a bunch of fraud or some bad things in our lives, to make sure that A, the public is safe, and A, you are a person of integrity, in which you're stating that you are. Now, here's the deal. That doesn't mean that if you've done something in your past, like from 20 years ago, that you have a felony, you just can't be a real estate agent. They do handle those cases on a case-by-case basis, so I really can't get deep into that. I know some people who have had a background and still been able to be an agent, and some who haven't and have been an agent. So I can't tell you how they make that determination, but just know I would make that phone call before I start investing all this money to see if that's going to be a problem or not. Call TREC. Now that you've gone through everything, you've been fingerprinted, you've done the application with TREC, they've accepted your application, it is time for you now to take the actual test. This test will be proctored, and it's going to be 2 different ones. You got to pass the national exam and the state exam, okay? So the national exam is going to comprise of 85 questions, and you're going to have 150 minutes to pass that particular test, okay? Now, the state exam is going to be 40 questions, and you're going to have roughly about 90 minutes to pass that one. So really, when you go take the test, you're just doing it both at the exact same time. And so you have to pass both of them. Now, here's the deal. There's no anxiety. As soon as you finish testing, that's it. You find out if you pass or you fail right there. They're going to give you a sheet of paper and say, hey, pass, fail, and how many questions that you missed or whatnot. So you don't have to fret over that over the weekend. You know right then and there, and the anxiety just goes down. Now, if you don't pass the first time, it's okay. You get 3 times to pass it. So let's say you pass the national exam but not the state exam. You just have to come back and take the state exam, and vice versa. Okay? So you won't have to go back through and do this entire thing over and over again. And even if you don't pass within the first 3 times, you can then go back and just take some additional education, or you're going to be required to take additional education, and then you can go back and do the retesting again once you do that. So, not everyone passes the first time. I totally get it. So make sure you study though. Just make sure you study and take a really good prep class, or the people that you sign up with to take the test comes with a good prep course to get you ready to pass the exam. Many agents don't pass it the first time. It's okay. All right. Now, once you do pass the exam, the next step in the process is you got to find a broker. So who are you going to work with? You are now basically you are a licensed real estate agent without a broker. Okay, so now you have to go find a broker who will support you. So this is when it's time for you to go and start doing your interviews at the different brokers around the area. I would highly recommend, if you look and talk to agents in that particular brokerage. Don't just talk to a team leader or a broker. Figure out what you actually get from that broker. Me, myself, I'm with EXP. I absolutely 110% love it. I think it's a great broker to be with. It is not for everybody, but it is a really good broker to be with, and it can help you learn and level up very quickly. And if you want to know more about EXP, let me know. I'd be more than happy to have that conversation with you. Okay? Now, once you have joined your broker, and there's fees associated with this, so every brokerage is going to be different. You found a broker, you join it with them, you pay those different fees, you're now licensed underneath that broker. You'll get that information changed at TREC, and it's time to go start selling some houses. Last but not least, you will have to join a board and here in Texas. So whichever board that is, there's lots of different boards. Your broker's probably going to recommend 1 or 2 to you, but you will need to join a board and then start the other processes that's going to help you be able to sell houses. But that's all it takes to get your license. All right. I hope you guys like this particular video. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And if you're curious about getting with EXP or learning more about it, let me know that as well. And study, 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 and you can pass this test. All right. Take care.